Are we all right? I call the meeting of the Carbon County Board of Commissioners to order for a moment of silence, prayer, and the Pledge of Allegiance. Father, we pray for those whose health is compromised that you will heal them. We remember those who have lost their lives suddenly, and we hold in our hearts the families forever changed by grief and loss. Rest in God as the day unfolds. Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. Approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held September 28, 2023.
Motion. Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes. Are there any guests concerning county business?
Can I make the report of executive session?
There are no executive sessions.
Okay, next we have a presentation regarding fentanyl awareness. Sarah Clark, owner of Kudo Creative LLC.
Good morning, everybody. I appreciate it. I am Sarah Clark, owner and creative strategist and brand strategist of Kudo Creative. We're a brand and digital marketing agency located in Easton, Pennsylvania. I'm here today because we've had the opportunity to bring together 3 counties, Carbon, Monroe, Pike, in the fight against fentanyl awareness. And we're excited to get started. Why are we doing this? So Attorney General Josh Shapiro released a special report warning policymakers and the public of the shift from heroin to fentanyl, a synthetic drug that is 50 to 100 times more potent than heroin, which is now the dominant opioid in Pennsylvania. In an effort to achieve campaign goals, the partnership between Carbon, Monroe, and Pike counties will make it possible to increase fentanyl awareness, educate the youth in the community, increase access to Narcan, offer Narcan trainings, provide solutions for proper disposal of pharmaceutical drugs, and access to drug and alcohol programs. Kudo Creative's partnership, we will collaborate with each county individually and then bring them together to create a strategic campaign. We will create supportive resources like a website that contains educational materials, statistics, ways to help, community partnership opportunities, newsletter signups, and social media content to stay up to date as things start to change. Through education, resources, and everyone's support, these communities will become prepared with life-saving methods like how to identify an overdose, as well as how to administer Narcan. And that is essentially the why and the what of what we're doing. In terms of spreading awareness and getting the word out, I prepared a couple visual samples just to walk you through what you'll see out in the community in a few months. So if you would go ahead. So we'll create a campaign lockup. This is an example from Northampton County and their fentanyl awareness program. So we created a logo lockup, and we do it in multiple colors, 4 colors, black, white. This way it's continuous, no matter what material you put it on, it'll be visible. Okay. And then we place billboards in strategic places. So we will do our research to find high traffic, high visibility billboards within each county. And a little visual to show what a billboard would look like. Couple different, and then t-shirt designs. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. Bus shelter posters. I'm going too slow, right? So, quite honestly, you can move through this quickly. So we'll do digital billboards too, where locations are available. and t-shirt designs as well. This way we can create some gear to give out to the community as well. Educational materials like rat cards, leave behinds that we would love to get into schools and also healthcare networks and facilities. Posters as well. Bus shelters where applicable, both in Spanish and English. Newspaper ads, thank you Amy for your contact. And email as well. Email is really important to this campaign because it has the ability for us to keep everybody up to date on a regular basis. And with the introduction of xylazine mixed with fentanyl right now that's happening, it just changes so quick that resources are so important to help spread the word and educate people. Social media graphics also is kind of a main avenue to get the word out. So we'll create a social campaign, education, opportunities to be an advocate in your own community, as well as resources for recovery. And that is the end of Kudu Creative's Carbon County Fentanyl Awareness Campaign. Thank you so much.
So I don't know if you have anything to say, Chris. I have a couple things that I did send to media already, some information, but I don't know if the media has any questions. She doesn't have to sit here the whole meeting, but to add a little bit more to it, this is just the first step to get going on this. I would like to have it done, that we're up and running before Christmas, because I think the holidays are very important, that all families are together, and maybe these commercials that we're putting together will be on for the holidays. And we do have partners that we didn't even mention yet, like St. Luke's, 5 school districts. I met with 5 school districts. And Pocono Visitors Bureau is going to make us commercials that are going to be YouTube, that they can use right in the schools. It could be like a 30-second commercial or 2-minute segment that they can play, you know, like when in the beginning of class or whatever, you know, that's something. But we have to meet to them, and it has to meet their criteria. Maybe what we want on a billboard might not what they want in the schools. So I think this is just the start of it. I think within, like I said, the next couple of weeks is going to where meat and potatoes is going to be, and we're going to get this kicked off. And I said this has to happen before Christmas, you know, before the holidays. So, and I think that's conceivable. That I think we can put it together. And I just want to remind everybody that this is coming out of, like she stated, out of the lawsuit money, and I'm always stressed that we have $723,000, $108.80 right now, and we have to start using this. And I said, I've been involved in, even from back in the days in 2010 and 11, and education was always the #1 thing that they said that can combat this. And I think this is something that the county was never involved in it. You know, the schools did a little bit, and now I think with the county involved in it, we can be the leaders on this education for the schools, you know, and it gotta go out to the kids, it gotta go out to the grandparents that are raising kids. And I said, you see everything that's here, like, grandparents have to know. It's not always the parents that are raising the kids. And like I said, even, you know, with their children, you usually take parents away from the children, they need guidance somewhere. So I think, I said, this is, I mean, I've been working on something like this for probably 10 years. And I think it's good that the county is signing on for this. And not just our county, but it's our neighboring counties that we're getting together to share the cost, you know, for like, you know, whatever we have to do to designs. And that's very important because the cost, if we would do it ourselves, the cost for everything would come right to us. Now, we haven't sort of broken down what each county's cost is, instead of one county individual. Well, it will be individually, but it's gonna be less of a cost to each county for the 3 of us. And I tried to tag a couple more on, but they weren't in our viewing area and stuff, so it was a little bit hard. But the counties that are here are in channel 13, channel 16, and things like that. So the viewing area is to our advantage for the 3 counties. And I want to thank Sarah for coming, and even like the commissioners, like, you know, going forward with this. And Jamie is the head of the drug and alcohol. She will play a very important part of this, you know, We don't know what kind of drugs out there every day she does, and you can work with her, and this is your expertise and hers.
Yes.
So I'm hoping, or I wish you lots of luck, and I know you're gonna do a good job, so that's where it is.
Absolutely, yeah. Jamie Drake is a huge asset to what we're doing in this campaign. She has access to a lot of schools too, so a valuable resource as well. So I'm very excited to get started. I think to do nothing is the worst thing. So, and also the idea of 3 counties working together. It's great if we can get more, but 1 versus 3 is a blanket message that, sure, we're sharing costs, but in addition, we're making impact to actually change those numbers and protect our community, so.
And there will be another presentation, once we get something together, like Jamie's working with it, because I was gonna have Jamie here today, but then some of the ideas that we have to get together, which is best for our county. So probably once you get everything together, Jamie will be here again, and we'll do a presentation, what we are actually doing for the 3 counties.
I think importantly, this is taken, going back 4 decades, right? This is taken, just say no to the nth degree, 100-fold. Imagine the platforms we now have available today that we didn't have, during the 1980s when that program kicked off. I think importantly, Sarah, while you mentioned the 3 counties, important is that this is tailored to Carbon County. The residents and the platforms that we can leverage to reach the residents of Carbon County. If we're Facebook consumers, we can prioritize Facebook or their TikTok, Insta, whatever that is. So it's great to have the power, the economies of scales of 3 counties, but the specificity that we can apply is important. I also mentioned, Sarah and her team at Kudo have put together a strategy, and they're building the methods and measures of effectiveness. So we can constantly evaluate through a dashboard, how effective are we being? And do we need to modify, change azimuth? That is, shift our message or shift our platform to have the optimal impact. So I think it's a great tentative plan with inherent flexibility that's going to allow us to maximize the resources we have available. So kudos to Kudu for what you're doing, Sarah, you and your team, because it's a great start.
Thank you, I appreciate the opportunity, and we'll make it really, really impactful. I'm very excited.
I
Don't know
believe
about
it.
it. Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, everybody.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
So the next item is the proposal for acceptance and execution. The proposal received from Kudu Creative of Eastern Pennsylvania to assist in campaigns related to fentanyl awareness, education, community advocates, increased access to Narcan trainings, disposal of pharmaceutical drugs and drug and alcohol programs. Opioid funding allocation authorized on July 13th, 2023. Agenda item number 23-336.
Motion approved.
One second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Okay, so our next item, moving on, is department reports, the budget transfers.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
There are no supplemental appropriations. Expenditures, approval of check numbers 238886 for 238976 for expenditures to the general fund clearing account totaling $770,957.08.
Move to approve. Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
The treasurer's report.
Move to accept.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
All right, we will recess for the salary board.
Okay, our first item is the approval of the minutes of the salary board meetings held September 7th, 2023, and reconvened September 14th, 2023.
Move to approve. Second.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes, with the exception of the September 7th meeting, which I will abstain from since I was absent.
Mr. Honor? Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
There was one executive session held October 3rd, 2023. Oh, guests. Are there any guests with any issues? Okay, salary board. None at this time.
Now the report of executive session.
There was an
held.
executive session October 3rd, 2023 at 10:30 a.m.
Mr. Severcek?
Thank you. And just so everybody's aware, I know not everybody may be aware, but fiscal data processing is part of the controller's office, a very critical department within the county. And this is a motion I'm making to change the rate of one fiscal data processing assistant one from $15.80 per hour grade 5 step A to $16.20 per hour grade 5 step B effective October 9th, 2023. Should that be November 1st?
That's just as well.
Doesn't matter. Okay, thank you.
I might make the motion just for discussion.
Second? Yeah.
I just need to explain the reasoning for this increase. I mean,
Okay, I'm glad you asked. I
Yeah.
was going to ask. The reason, Commissioner Arner, is this applicant is well experienced. She has 8 years payroll experience and a bachelor's degree, so her experience and qualifications really exceed the requirement for the job, but we have high hopes for her in the department.
And I understand that, but I think where I'm going back to what I've been trying to get across with this salary study is that when a salary is set and we keep coming in and adding for steps after we had this, and it wasn't this person asked that they were gonna take this position for that grade, and we don't hire, how can I say, we don't hire people on their qualifications if it's not needed for the job. I mean, and I just wanna make a point, like, if we hire a doctor for maintenance, we don't give them doctor's pay, you know? And I see the value in everybody, but if this position went through the process and it was for 1580, I can't see the change at this time. I mean, that's what, I mean, I don't know if anybody else has any discussion of this.
Well, I would just opine that 40 cents is warranted in this situation, and we've done it before in certain circumstances.
Mark, does this individual in their bachelor degree have any relevant academic experience specific to fiscal and data processing?
Well, it's a bachelor's in business administration, so it encompasses a lot of areas.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think the one point is we've been making a concerted effort, sometimes failingly, to ensure that increased requests like this were actually handled in the annual salary board and not on a regular routine basis. So that does create another obstacle. Again, we continue to slip back in by approving this, we'd be continuing to slip back into where we hire someone and we raise their rates without leveraging the annual salary board process, which is really getting ready to commence here anyhow.
May I call for a vote?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. On?
No.
Mr. Lukasevich?
No.
The next item is the recorder of deeds. Mrs. Gentile?
Can I ask that no action be taken at this meeting today, seeing there's not 5 salary board members? I'm not sure what the terminology is, if I should recess it or table it till all 5 salary board members would be present.
That's fine, and I just, yeah, and I just have a suggestion that I think, I don't know if I gave that to you before, and we gotta start somewhere. That's up to you if you wanna table it. I mean, I think I still have my same views, that I think in your instance for these people, it winds up being, longevity. And I always had an idea for longevity, and I think if we don't address it now, is it gonna wait 6 months to get addressed again? And I'm tired of waiting this long. I mean, this process should have started back in February, and it's still not done yet. And I actually prepared a motion, to make a motion, if somebody would wanna go along with it, to get this thing started. This is sitting here for months, we're not getting anywhere. And I think, and I know I see Mark's, what he said, that it's only 40 cents, but there's something that maybe only 66 and 50 cents, 57 cents might be important to them people right now. And I think if we wait, is this gonna drag on and these people are still not gonna get any kind of salary increase? And I think if we started, this might be the start of this longevity thing. We have so many people that didn't get raises, and we sit here and got nothing, and did nothing for the last 6 months. And the motion that I would wanna make, and if I'm allowed to make it, I can make the motion, and if it doesn't pass, it doesn't pass. But I said, I jotted all these things down here, and like I said, we've been working on this, and your employees, I understand that, they're valued employees. The one has 35 years, the other one has 32. And if we wait, will longevity ever get into it? And I think this is where I like to see it, that longevity is put into this. So I don't know where it goes if I make a motion and it passes or it don't pass. But at least I'm trying to help that people that are here for years, that weren't looked at in this study or chopped down to no increase at all. At least they have something that I want to try and get them money for longevity. So this is where you're at, Don. If you want to table it and sit here, but I don't see where it's going to do any good.
So how long would this prolong? I was anticipating that maybe we could recess it until October 19th. That's 3 weeks, because I'm not sure if the 5 members will be present at that time. I'm just afraid it's a 2-2 vote, the motion would die. You understand my position? You know, if 2 would vote yes and 2 would vote no, then
I don't see no reason why you couldn't bring a motion up again, right? I mean,
okay, if that's the case, then I'll move forward.
do you want to keep going, or you want me to make my motion?
I'll start with my motions.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have a feeling my motions are gonna be better than your motions.
Well, I know, but
Okay, change the rate of one first deputy from $26.16 per hour, grade S5, step M, to $28 an hour and 17 cents, grade S5, step P, effective October 9th, 2023. Do we have a second? If not, motion dies for the lack of a second. Okay. I make a motion to change the rate of one first deputy from $26.16 per hour, grade S5, step M, to $27.48 per hour, grade S5, step O, effective October 9th, 2023. Do we have a second? Hearing none, motion dies for lack of a second. Change the rate of one first deputy from $26.16 per hour, grade S5, step M, to $26.81 per hour, grade S5, step N, effective October 9th, 2023.
second. And that is the one step up, correct?
Yes.
And I just want to make another statement on top of this, which I'll probably get in trouble with everybody, well, not everybody, but, and I go back to we have to start somewhere. And this might not be the end of it. At least we got one step and we're starting. To me, this is putting longevity into it. And I think what I said before, if we sit here and do nothing, then we're not gonna do anything. And at least this is it. This should not reflect back on if we give any annual salary, you know, that's gonna be in the budget. And these people are, the two of them are, you could say is the longest, I mean, there might be some people that are here longer than that, but that would be the longest, and we're putting out one step just for that alone, for these. I think that has something that got worked on. I always thought, like for longevity, we have to put something in there for 5 years, 10 years, 15. And that's the only way that you're gonna resolve that. And I think like, and I just go back to what Mark said, it's only 40 cents, but it's only 40 cents or 60 cents to these people, and that's gonna mean a lot. I think it is. And at least it shows, I think, that the county is willing to try to reward the people that are here longer. And I think that was one of the things that irritated me in the first place, that we never had longevity, but we had to go somewhere. So I'm hoping that this is enough, and like I said, Don, I'm not gonna stop here, okay? It's just so you know.
I do hope that it is enough, because honestly,
Yeah.
longevity, I think, deserves more than 2.5%. That's just my opinion. If you gentlemen could witness what these girls do on a daily basis, how their knowledge and experience helps people that come to my office as a last resort, because nobody else knows how to help them, because there's not experience and knowledge in other offices or the State Department or the municipalities or wherever else they're trying to get help from. My girls know how to help them because of their knowledge and experience. Within the last year, my girls literally stopped a mortgage scam from affecting the whole state of Pennsylvania, because when they saw this document, they recognized and said, first of all, we don't recognize this mortgage company. We never heard of them before. There's something wrong with this document. And we went to the state, all the counties in the state, and started asking questions. We went to our solicitor, and within 4 months, that scam was shut down, because my girls recognized that there was something wrong with these documents because of their knowledge and experience. So I think that their longevity and their knowledge and experience is worth a little more than 2.5%. I am grateful for that, at least, but.
And I think what you heard, what I said before, I'd like to have 5, 10, 15 years. So this is a start. And I think maybe this will set the pace for what 5 years. I don't know, it's something that we have to look at, but like I said, if we sit here and go back and forth and we keep fighting at the bit on both sides and don't get anything done, at least hopefully this is gonna be something that is gonna get done. And I said, I've been for people getting better salaries, and hopefully this is the start.
May I call for the vote? Mrs. Gentile?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Make a motion to change the grade 1 second deputy from $22.61 per hour, grade 4, there is no step, she's off the grade, to $24.31 per hour, which would be a 5% increase, grade 4, no step, effective October 9th, 2023.
Do you have a second? Hearing no second, motion dies for lack of a second.
Make a motion to change the rate of 1 second deputy from $22.61 per hour, grade 4, no step, to $23.74 per hour, grade 4, no step, effective October 9th, 2023. That would be a 5% increase.
Or would it be a 2.5? Because the last one, I
Yeah.
believe you said 5. Did you mean 7.5 on the first one?
Yes, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this would be
So
a
if we
5%.
could correct the record, or do we need to re-vote on that, Bob? Because we can go back. It's good.
Do we have a second? Hearing none, motion dies for lack of a second.
Make the motion to change the rate of 1 second deputy from $22.61 per hour, grade 4, step, no step, to $23.18 per hour. That would be a 2.5% increase, effective October 9th, 2023.
Mrs. Gentile?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item is corrections. Change the rate of one assistant deputy warden from $26.11 per hour at grade S8, step G, to $27.43 per hour, grade S8, step I, effective October 9th, 2023.
Move to change the rate.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Tax assessment, change the rate of one assistant chief assessor from $20.70 per hour, grade 8, step F, to $18.29 per hour, grade 8, step A, effective October 9th, 2023.
Move to change the rate.
Second.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Pocono County's workforce development area, change the rate of one administrative secretary from $23.05 per hour, grade 3, step, to $14.33 per hour, grade 3, step A, effective October 9th, 2023.
Move to change the rate.
Second.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Where did you adjourn, you guys? Not, we'll adjourn the salary board meeting and reconvene the commissioners.
Okay, the first item is the personnel report for county departments.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor? Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
The acknowledgement for courts and roll officers.
Motion acknowledged.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Adult probation for approval and execution. The supervision fund's 5-year agreement for fiscal years 2020 through 2027 with the Pennsylvania Board of Probation and Parole.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Advertising for approval. Authorize the advertisement for bids for that certain parcel of surplus real estate located at, what is that? East South. East South Center Avenue, Jim Ford, Pennsylvania, comprising approximately of 1.4 acres and were particularly identified as Carbon County Tax Parcel ID number 83A2-17-K4 in as-is condition for not less than the fair market value of $37,000 pursuant to section 2306 of the county code.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
CDBG CV Peaceful Nights Women's Shelter for approval. Proposal from Carbon Engineering Incorporated of Summit Hill, Pennsylvania for contract preparation and bid administration of the CDBG CV fiscal year 2020 homeless facilities Peaceful Nights Women's Shelter at a cost of $11,000.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Children and Youth for approval and execution, the fiscal year 2023-2024 purchase of service agreement with Pathways Adolescent Center of Oil City, Pennsylvania, as per the attached rates.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Juvenile Court for approval and execution, the award of funding in the amount of $69,300 for the fiscal year 2023-2024 Juvenile Probation Services Grant for salary reimbursement of the Juvenile Court Office for the term of July 1, 2023 to June 30th, 2024.
Motion approved and execute. Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
MATP program for approval and execution. The allocation letter from the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services for the 2023-2024 MATP program, listing the initial allocation amount of $1,486,187.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
The solicitors report?
Thank you. First, banner request seeking motion for approval and execution of a request to display a banner at the Jim Thorpe train station by Marion Catholic High School for the 11th annual Marion Catholic High School Polar Plunge on January 27th, 2024. The banner to be displayed January 13th, 2024 through January 30th of 2024.
Motion. Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
At Josiah White Park, seeking a motion for approval and execution of a special activities agreement for the use of Josiah White Park, along with a banner and gazebo request by the Jim Thorpe Tourism Agency for the Old Time Christmas tree lighting ceremony on December 1st, 2023. The gazebo use request for music in the park on December 2nd, 3rd, 9th, 10th, 16th, and 17th of 2023. And the banner to be displayed November 24th, 2023 to January 8th, 2024.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Next, seeking to adopt resolution 23-033, recognizing Gary Frabel of Lehighton, Pennsylvania for 50 years of service to the Lehighton Fire Department.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Yeah.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
And may I read that into the record? Whereas Carbon County, Pennsylvania is fortunate to have among its residents many dedicated volunteers, particularly those committed to the fire service and emergency response. And whereas Gary Frabel has for the past 50 years volunteered his time to the Lehighton Fire Department, Lehighton, Pennsylvania. And whereas Gary Frabel has been an active firefighter with the Lehighton Fire Department since joining in August of 1973. And whereas Gary Frabel has spent many hours and gave up his vacations to attend week-long training at the Pennsylvania State Fire Academy and many other weekends outside of Carbon County to improve his skills and knowledge of the fire service. And whereas Gary Frabel has served on numerous committees such as fire prevention and apparatus replacement. And whereas Gary Frabel previously served with Lehigh Fire Company No. 1 and the Lehighton Ambulance Association. And whereas Gary Frabel has served as a lieutenant, captain, assistant fire chief, and fire chief of the Lehighton Fire Department and currently holds the position of safety officer. And whereas over the years, Gary Frabel has volunteered his time at various fire department fundraisers over his 50 years of service. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the members of the Board of Commissioners of the County of Carbon offer sincere thanks to Gary Frabel for his great humanitarian spirit and effort, his unyielding dedication to the fire department, and the great impact he has had and continues to have on the residents of Lehighton and the surrounding area, and adopts this resolution in his honor and as a means of documenting his efforts in the history of Carbon County, adopted by the Carbon County Board of Commissioners this 5th day of October 2023.
And we will be presenting this to him. There's a ceremony. I think it's the 10th on Tuesday. I think it's the 10th at the Lehigh Fire Company. I'm not sure what the time is. It's going to be 6:30, but there will be a ceremony that the commissioners will present. Thank you, Bob.
Next, seeking a motion for ratification of a right-of-way agreement with UGI Utilities Incorporated to extend the natural gas pipeline through the county parking lot.
Move to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
And lastly, proclamation, seeking a motion to adopt proclamation 2023-034, proclaiming the month of October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Motion adopted.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
And read that proclamation in the record. Whereas breast cancer is the second most commonly diagnosed form of cancer for women in the United States and remains the second leading cause of cancer death among American women. And whereas about 1 in 8 women born today in the United States will get breast cancer at some point in their lifetime, and approximately 2,000 men are diagnosed with breast cancer each year. And whereas we show our support for every individual and every family struggling with breast cancer, and we pause to remember those we have lost. And whereas Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October is a chance to raise awareness about the importance of early detection of breast cancer by getting a mammogram and encouraging our community, organizations, churches, families, and individuals to join in activities that will increase awareness of what Americans can do to prevent and control breast cancer and pay tribute to those who have lost their lives to this disease. And whereas we salute the women and men who dedicate themselves to prevention, detection, and treatment as we observe Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Carbon County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim October 2023 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in Carbon County and urge all women and men to take action with proactive and early screening, detection, and treatment of this disease. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hands and seals this 5th day of October 2023.
Any further business? Commissioners report, Mr. Honor?
The only thing I really have, we did get notification that we did get our grant, our safety grant, and it's for the amount of $7,000. And we already did purchase, I think, what was it, the flotation device or the
mannequin.
yeah, the mannequin for the training out of the park. And we're probably gonna wind up using maybe 3,000 of that to get every department a first aid kit, which includes a little bit more than just Band-Aids. I think they're like $146 a piece, but every department will get them. And then the rest of the money, I think we'll just take it to the safety committee. We did have other things maybe that get done at the dog shelter throughout the county. And I think we'll just present it to the committee and let them decide on where we want to go with the rest of the money. And that's it.
Mr. Lucas-Savage?
Yeah, just 2 election board things. Logic and accuracy, LNA testing starts next week. Should actually formally begin on Wednesday. They're going to be replacing batteries on Monday and Tuesday, if I recall correctly, of machine. And then mail-in ballots should be hitting the street next week. Jen just had said we had 2,908 that are issued, plus 94 absentee ballots will go out. So 3,002 ballots should be going out and starting to arrive next week. That's all I have.
Meeting adjourned. Okay, who wants to go first if I don't have any questions?
Good morning. First of all, may I have copies of the resolution and the proclamation? And with the Peaceful Nights thing with the Harbor Engineering, is that 11,000 being covered under the grant, or is that by the county?
Right now, it's in the general fund. And we'll look to see if there's any remaining admin funds that could be used from that.
Okay. And then the only other thing that's not on the agenda, when are you planning to do the 2024 budget? The first one?
26th is what we're looking at. Yeah.
Okay.
We had hoped to do it the week prior, but it's taking a little bit longer than.
Okay, and that's all I have then, thank you very much.
Can you just talk about, I mean, how important is it to have this breast cancer awareness campaign kind of going on?
I think it's great because I think probably everybody sitting at this table has been affected by somebody that had breast cancer, family members, wives, you know. So it is very important to kick off for this. I know last night I missed it. They started walking on height, which there's a lot of, I mean, there's people there that have been survivors for 20 years. And it's very important for the screening to get done. You know, I even had my wife finally just got screened after 20 years, last week. And, her prognosis is not the greatest in the world, so now she gotta go get other tests. I would encourage everybody to get it done. Don't put it off. Don't think you're invincible. I think it's one of those things, and, when you get checked, if there's something there, doesn't mean it's cancerous. You know, there's other different things that could be happening there. And, hopefully everybody's diagnosis would come that there's nothing there. But it is very important to get screened.
Brian, the data's clear, right? Early detection helps ensure high rates of success when it comes to breast cancer. So it's important, again, to raise awareness, to ensure that individuals are having their annual checks done.
And then with the Peaceful Nights, this is the thing you guys had extended, so this was the awarding of the bids. I mean, how happy are you now that, you know, it is going forward, you've awarded the bid now?
Well,
We're really happy, we'd like to have it all awarded by now and that, but I think at the end, we're gonna get a better product, because we're bringing in Carbon Engineering to re-scope it and make sure nothing is missed. Right.
And I think sometimes, like, the contractors were asking questions that we couldn't answer. And I think that's why a lot of them didn't bid on it, so with the, you know, with them being involved in it, they'll get their answers, and hopefully we'll finally get some more, answers or more bids that are coming back.
So you guys still need to get bids, this isn't, they're not doing the work, they're kind of
Correct.
seeing the
Yeah,
work?
we still have to have the bids for the carpentry, and you did get for the electrical already, I think, but the plumbing is, yeah.
We're on a time clock here, right? We had 90 days from opening of that plumbing bid to make a decision on it. So again, our aspiration is to be able to retain that particular bid. That puts us at about mid-November to have this back out and bids reopen for those two components that Commissioner Arnold mentioned.
Is there anything you want to say to potential contractors out there that may be seeing this to bid on this project?
Don't be afraid, the county is not bad. I mean, it's like, I think they look at, like, when they bid on something and then they have to do a bond, like, the bond process is not that hard, and we give you time sort of like to do it, and it's just something to get to the insurance company and get the bond approved, and it's not as bad as what they think it really is.
I think if by any sense you're intimidated by the potential paperwork that might be involved, the fact is Jason and David and the team down there regularly work step by step through the application process with potential bidders or contractors for projects. So you shouldn't allow the expected bureaucracy of a CDBG CV grant to deter you from bidding, because the assistants sit down, decide, and work you through that process is available.
That's all I have, thank you.